Gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope that you have woken up well. I'm fine, and Kiabu is very cold. There were drizzles at night. Raila Amor Odinga has continued to confuse William Samoei Ruto's government. Raila Amor Odinga, for 1 year, he has continued to set the agenda of this nation. If you listen to William Samoei Ruto, 80% of his talk is about responding to Raila Amolo Odinga and the opposition in general. If you listen to Rigathi Gachagua, 90% of his addresses ni kuwajibu Raila Amolo Odinga na upinzani kwa jumla. If you listen to the cabinet secretaries, all of them have been responding to one man, Raila Amolo Odinga. If you listen to all of them have been responding to one man, Raila Amolo Odinga. The same case applies to the senators and the members of parliament, including the members of the county assembly. Everybody to Raila Amolo Odinga. If you ask me, the country has missed its target. William Samoei Ruto has not achieved much. Indeed, there's nothing to count for 1 year. And one thing that you realize is that William Samoei Ruto rarely addresses the nation. Even when he is talking about a very important issue, like yesterday, he had two very crucial issues, very important issues, if you ask me. For one, he was talking about the education sector, a sector that is going to attract the attention of the international community, a section that is going to affect every household, if you ask me. But if I may ask you, who are the audience? How many Kenyans received the information about the education system, about the competence-based curriculum that you are going to use? 2333, is it 26333 system? Yeah, 26333 system. How many people understood what was happening? Because William Samoei Ruto looked like he was addressing those people in State House and a number of few Kenyans. If you ask me, this should have been a national address. If you ask me, he could have bought space in all the national TVs, public TVs, everywhere. If you ask me, Kenyans could have been alerted to switch on to their TV and stop everything and listen to this important agenda of the education system. Kwa sababu unajua jambo moja ni kwamba mambo mengi yatatokea na watu wataelewa huu mfumo, huu mtaala wa elimu unahusu nini. Hata walimu ambao ni I'm sure a number of them will know what this system is all about. Again, there is also the issue of signing the performance contract by the CS and the PS. But when you look at William Samoei Ruto again, his audience seems to be the people who are in government. People don't function like this. If you ask me, William Samoei Ruto should have actually mobilized Kenyans to listen to this. Because whatever he was saying was very important, you ask me. Because it was a total audit and perception of his advisors. Because he came out guns blazing. He read the riot. He told the nation that they are very incompetent. But he did not actually manage to pass the message home. Again, it is because Most of the time, when the government is responding, it is responding to Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga is the one who dictates the direction of this nation. Raila Amolo Odinga is the most influential politician in Kenya today. Raila Amolo Odinga is not in government, but when he keeps quiet, the government starts asking, where is Raila Amolo Odinga? When he talks, everybody listens. The only challenge that Raila has is his team. Some members of his team have been letting him down. Some members of his team have been betraying him. People like Robert Alai today are heard talking about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in a very derogatory way, talking about a way that is not going to help this party. So if you ask Raila Amolo Odinga, if you ask me, William Samoei Ruto have his own agenda. If I were William Samoei Ruto, I would not talk about the opposition. If I were William Samoei Ruto, I would not mention the name of Raila Amolo Odinga. If I were William Samoei Ruto, I would stop all the cabinet secretaries, including my deputy, to talk about Raila Amolo Odinga. I would do everything to set the agenda of the nation. You remember Mwai Kibaki? Mwai Kibaki would not answer anything, and people would almost wait for long to hear what the president was going to say. And silence is golden. Silence is wisdom. Silence with working, because Mwai Kibaki would always talk about a working nation. And for sure, the fruits of the working nation were seen by all. But when you look at the current situation, you realize that even when there is effort by Kenya Kwanza leaders, even when they are trying to do something, it is done in the wrong way. Even when they are trying to bring the nation together, they are failing because of the way they have been dividing this nation. For instance, why should a cabinet secretary be allowed to talk about the way he's going to urinate outside Mama Gena's home instead of focusing on his docket? How? How does this happen, if you ask me? How does a cabinet secretary start talking about issues that do not concern his docket and you allow him to remain in the cabinet? How? How does this happen? Why, for instance, why is it that members of Mount Kenya leaders are not comfortable with the dialogue? Why? Why should they continue talking behind the scene? So that's why I'm saying it is Raila Amolo Odinga who is being addressed by Kenya Kwanza instead of addressing the high cost of living, instead of addressing issues that concerns mwananchi. They are addressing Raila Amolo Odinga. That is the truth of the matter. So Raila Amolo Odinga will continue setting the agenda, and Kenya Kwanza will continue responding. Raila Amolo Odinga will continue making his move, and he has managed to totally confuse Kenya Kwanza. He has, and by the way, that is the work of the opposition. The work of the opposition is to win power. Yesterday, I remember a guy who called me and was trying to tell me that I should rally Kikuyus, Kenya Kwanza government. And he went ahead and told me I should be farming. I should be farming is to encourage others to continue farming. And I told him, it is not my business to rally Kikuyus behind the government. It is the work of the government to win the support of the Kikuyus, of those people who are in the opposition, by working very hard, showing the work that they are doing, good policies, and working for Kenyans. Everybody would like to see development. Everybody would like to see good governance. But you cannot keep on calling people, because I believe that man, I think he's called Gideon, is in the government. That is what I think. I'm not sure about the way he was talking with a lot of arrogance. it is not my business to rally Kenyans to whichever side. Mine is just to state facts as they are and analyze politics. And that is my take. Remember to like this video. This is Cassius Kamani, the tallest man in Black Africa. You can also say day. Bye-bye.